Hello Internet, and welcome to this quick video on Macbeth, specifically key quotations for the theme of ambition. Perfect for GCSE English. Let's start by taking a look at this quote here. Two truths are told as happy prologues to the swelling act of the imperial theme. Now, Macbeth says this just after he has realised that the witch's prophecy of him becoming Thane of Cawdor has in fact come true, and he immediately begins to wonder whether this means their third prophecy of him becoming king will also be true. He says this almost with a sense of eagerness, implying that perhaps the possibility of him becoming king appeals to him. Now, this is quite shocking to an audience, as to become king, we know, and we know that he knows, he must commit a terrible act. At this point in the play, he is only considering whether to act upon his ambition, but this considering shows that perhaps Macbeth's ambition was right from the beginning, and this quote here foreshadows his future actions. The next quote we have is, "I have no spur to prick the sides of my intent, but only vaulting ambition which o'erleaps itself." This is a complex horse metaphor, which Macbeth speaks as he starts to doubt his plans about murdering Duncan. He is comparing his experience here to horse riding, perhaps to simplify it for the audience. Now, he starts by saying that he has no spur. He describes the fact that he is unable to motivate himself to murder Duncan to needing to prick the sides of a horse to get it to, as a rider would when riding a horse. Now, what he does know he has is this vaulting ambition, which is the key part of this quote. It should be noted that those parts that are underlined are the key parts, and you should definitely remember that if you can't remember the entire quote. Now, he realizes that his ambition o'erleaps itself. By this, he means his ambition extends beyond just himself, and we see this in the character of Banquo, as Macbeth acts upon Banquo's behalf somewhat, even ending up murdering Banquo and trying to murder his son for his own good. Macbeth's ambition clearly extends beyond just the ambition of himself and Lady Macbeth, and he is aware of this as he describes it as vaulting, which is a really key quotation to remember. And finally, we have, "To be thus is nothing, but to be safely thus." He speaks these lines after he has become king, however continuously feels restless and insecure about his position. He's afraid that he might lose this position, and is also almost frustrated by the fact that he knows he has no heir. Without the knowledge that his lineage will continue beyond him, he finds it meaningless to be king. Not only does this show that all of what he has done, murdering Duncan, has led to nothing really, it also exposes Macbeth's true paranoia and his extended ambition. As we can see, his ambition for murdering Duncan clearly was not enough to suffice. Now his ambition is to remain as king and be as safe as he can, which will obviously eventually lead to his downfall. This is just after his first violent act, and it sets him on a path to commit many more violent acts, which will lead to his tragic downfall in the end.